Today, so let us discuss another method for computation of the roots of a nonlinear equation. That is the second method. So for example, we have this function. So from the name itself, it is a secant. So if you say what is a secant, so a secant line is a line that will intersect a given curve twice. So let's say we have the first intersection, that is at x is equal to a. The second point of intersection, this is at x is equal to b. So by the way, this method is developed if we have the problem on the regular falsy method. So one problem for the regular falsy method, if the equivalent of the first derivative of the function is equal to 0. So if the equivalent of this first derivative is equal to 0, we cannot use the regular falsy method. So that's why this method is developed. So we have again, so this second line will intersect the curve at x is equal to a, then at x is equal to b. This second line will intersect the x-axis, let's say that is at the value of x, let's say somewhere near to the value of the root of the given function. So how do we compute for this value of x? So by the way, what is the height of this line? That is the same as f of a. What is the height of this line? This is the same as f of b. So we have this line, this is the same as a, by this one is the same as b, and this is the value of x. So if you are to do ratio proportion of similar triangles, alright, so what is this distance? That is the same as a minus b. Well, this one is the same as b minus x. Okay, so we have the dimensions. So this distance is the same as a minus b. Well, this one is the same as b minus x. This height is f of b. Well, this one is f of a. So we have to do ratio and proportion of similar triangles. So if we have this triangle, what is this height? So if this is f of a initially, this height is the same as f of a minus f of b. Okay, so we have to use these triangles. By ratio and proportion, we have this is f of a minus f of b. Divided by, what is this distance? Is the same as a minus b. Is equal to, this height is the same as f of b divided by, what is this distance? We have b minus x. So we are just to equate it to x. So this is the same now as b minus x by cross multiplication. We have equal to f of b multiplied by this quantity. We have a minus b. Then this one, I'll bring it to the denominator. We have f of a minus f of b. Alright, so I'll bring this one to the denominator. We have f of a minus f of b. So we have y transpose the value of x to be positive and transpose this value. That is the same as b minus, we have f of b multiplied by a minus b divided by f of a minus f of b. So this will be the equation. How do we compute for this value of x? Let's say somewhere this x near the actual root of the given function. So what we have to do is repeat the process up to a point that this second line will now intersect, or let's say intersect the x-axis near the value of the root. So let's have an example. Alright, so let's have an example. We have the function f of x equal to x cubed minus 7. So basically, our goal is to have a value of x that makes the equivalent of the function approximately equal to 0. So let us give our first guess of the value of a. The value of a, so let us give, let's say, 2. So what is the equivalent of if this is 2, that is 2 cubed minus 7, that is 8 minus 7, that will be the same as positive 1. Let's say our second guess for the value of b is 1. So that is 1 cubed minus 7, this is 1 minus 7, we have this is a negative 6. So we have positive 1 and negative 6. We are sure that, let's say, within this interval, we have the root of this function. Since we have the change in sign. So the value of b is 1. So let us now compute for the new value of x. But this is for the first iteration. Alright, so let us compute for the new value of x. How do we compute for that? That is x is equal to b minus, we have f of b multiplied by a minus b. This is divided by f of a, minus the f of b. How do we start the iteration? So starting the iteration is, we are using the value of b to be the next value of a. So we are just to copy this one, so this is 1. So the new value of a is 1. What is the equivalent of f of 1? F of 1 is the same as the negative 6. So we are just moving this 1. So what will be the next value of b? That is the value of x. So we have the next value of x is equal to, what is our initial value of b? That is 1 minus, what is our f of b initially? This is negative 6. Multiplied by our initial a is positive 2 minus our initial b is 1. This is divided by, what is f of a? Initially, we have 1 minus our initial f of b is negative 6. This is the new value of x. So we have that as 1 minus negative 6 multiplied by 2 minus 1. This is divided by f of a. F of a is 1. The initial f of b is negative 6. So we have the new value of x is equal to 1.85714. So I'll be using 5 decimal places. So the next value of b is 1.85714. So what will be the equivalent of the new f of b? So that is the same as 1.85. We input it, this one. We input this value in this function. 1.85714 cubed minus 7. So we have this is now negative 0.59478. So this is how we do our first iteration. How do we do our second iteration? So the same, we are just to repeat the process. We are moving the value of b as the next value of a. This is 1.85714. And computing for the next value of b using this equation. So this is for the second iteration. This is x is equal to, what is our initial b? That is 1.85714 minus our previous f of b. I think it's, we don't have enough space for this one. Ibuhin natin yung portion na to. I'm computing for the next value of b. This is x is equal to the previous value of b. That is 1.85714 minus f of b. This is negative 0.59478. Then we have a. What is our a? 1 minus b. 1.85714. This is divided by f of a. F of a is negative 6 minus f of b is negative 0.59478. So this is the new value of x for the second iteration. We have 1.85714 minus the negative 0.59478 multiplied by 1 minus 1.85714. This is divided by negative 6 less negative 0.59478. So we have the new value of x. The new value of x equal to 1.95, 140. 6. So what is the equivalent of f of a? This one, we are just to move this value. So this is a negative 0.59478. Alright, and we are using this value to determine the equivalent of f of b. So we have 1.95146 raised to 3 minus 7. So this is now equal to positive 0.43154. So by the way, we have this value of 1.95146. Alright, so we have this. Repeat the process. Alright, let us do our third iteration. For the third iteration, we are just to copy the value of b to the next value of a. 1.95146. So we have 1.95146 minus f of b, that is 0.43154, multiplied by a, 1.85714, minus b, 1.95146, all over f of a. Yeah, f of a is negative 0.59478 minus f of b, that is 0.43154. So this is equal to 1.91180. So we are moving again this value. This is 0.43154, and we are to use this value to have the next value of f of b. That is 1.9118 cube minus 7. So this is now negative 0.01241. Alright. So negative 0.0124. That is for the third iteration. So let us do the fourth iteration. This is for the fourth. All we have to do is copy the value of b, the next value of a, 1.91180. So let us compute for the next value of x. So we have 1.91180 minus f of b. What is our f of b? That is negative 0.01241. Multiplied by a, that is 1.95146 minus b, 1.91180. Divided by f of a, we have 0.43154 minus f of b, that is negative 0.01241. Okay, so we have now the new value of x, or this is the same as the new value of b, 1.91291. So moving this value here, this is negative 0.01241. We are using this value to determine the new value of b. So we have 1.91291 cube. This is raised to 3 minus 7. So this is now a very small value. So we have this is negative 0.00023. Alright, so we may stop here, but let us do, let's say, 5 iterations. So again, we are copying the value of b to the next value of a, 1.91291. Let us compute for the next value of b using the pattern. We have 1.91291 minus f of b. This is a negative 0.00023 multiplied by we have a, 1.91180 minus b, 1.91291. This is divided by f of a. This is negative 0.01241 minus also negative. This is negative 0.0020. We lock with 0. This is 2.3 times 10 is negative 4. So this is 0, 2, 3. is correct. 0.0023. Alright, so we are just to repeat, we have 1.91291 minus f of b. This is negative 0.00023 multiplied by a 1.91180 minus b 1.91291 all over f of a negative 0.01241 less f of b, we have negative 0.000203. So we have the next value of b. This is now equal to 1.91293. So copying this value, this is now negative 0.0023. What will be the next value of f of b? We are using this value 1.91293 raised to 3 minus 7. So this is now negative 1.298 times 10 raised to negative 5. So since this value is now approximately equal to 0, a very small value, since again our goal is to have the equivalent of the function equal to 0. Let's say our answer for this one up to the fifth iteration is 1.91293. So this will be our example.